Everybody who has any contact with me, I will lead you to Kichara paradise. Anyone. My intent with everyone who has any contact with me will to see the very beautiful red face of Vajra. That's my intent with all of you. Whatever methods I use. If you trust me in that and allow me to do that for you, that's what I'll do. Anyone. Sutra is wonderful. Tantra will be more effective for us. It's not a higher teaching. I don't like to call it that. It's more effective because we have more emotions to deal with that Tantra can deal with better. See, Sutra goes on the premises that you take vows, a layman's vows. You don't drink, you don't take intoxicants, you don't lie, you don't steal, you don't kill, you don't have bubbly, you don't have any of that. Who in this room can be perfect in that every single day, every single minute? Certainly not me. No. You may think I'm some great high lama from Tibet. Sorry to disappoint you. I'm just as normal as all of you. So for me, the Sutra Path is a little slow and difficult. Why? But I need it. I will still do it because I have a lot of anger, a lot of hate, a lot of desire, a lot of attachment, a lot of lust, a lot of gripes and revenge. So I need something that will transform this. That's why in Tantra you have the fierce deities, like Vajra. Red, one face, two arms, slightly fierce. The ferocity is to point at the negativities in you to transform. The beautiful face is to represent, once you're transformed, what you will achieve, Buddhahood. She has two legs stepping on black Bhairava, step backwards, one on his forehead, one on his heart, to represent she will destroy, by her practice in you, anger, hatred, and ignorance. Because she steps on him, he's backwards like this. The front of her foot is here, the heel of her foot is here. Because here, according to Khep Rinpoche, is where anger resides. Hate and ignorance resides here. So she's stepping on this. And on the right side, she's stepping on his consort. The female reflects up on her breasts. Because in ancient Indian tradition, desire was, of course, with a woman. And a woman's desire, the main way she attracts is by her breasts in ancient times. So symbolically, when the deities step on that, according to ancient culture, it is to represent destruction of desire. So when you practice Vajra, she has two gorgeous, wonderful Dharma legs, representing she will, by her practice, destroy the roots and the causes for you to stay in samsara, which is desire, hatred, and ignorance. If you look outside of our center, you'll see the wheel of life held by the Lord of Death. In the center of the wheel of life, those three represents the three causes in Buddhistic view, not Tibetan view, not Tantra view, Buddhist view, according to Buddha. The root causes of us staying in samsara: hatred, ignorance, desire. And from that stems the 84,000 afflictions, according to Lord Buddha. So when Vajra steps on those with her two legs, her practice roots out the causes for you to stay in samsara and to ascend to Vajragini's heaven. So those who practice her practice very lazily, but hold the commitments, will see her in 7 lifetimes, as promised by Kyabje Pabongka Rinpoche, means ascend to her paradise. So every single life, you'll meet lamas, monks, teachers, whatever, it doesn't have to be Tibetan, who will teach you Dharma, bring you to the next level, next stage, and your mind will be sharp and clear. You'll be able to absorb very fast. Because the things you've learned, you'll learn very fast. The things you're ready to learn, you'll be able to absorb faster. It's just like when you've been learning maths for 10 years, then you go to university to learn higher trigonometry. You absorbed it because you have a foundation. So like that, that's why in Tibet, they revere the high Rinpoches because they're quite learned from their previous lives. So even at a young age, they're able to master things very fast. For 7 lifetimes, we were born in places and people and Dharma students and situations where your practice will become better and better and better, and you'll continue to practice. Even at a very young age, you'll receive her initiation, and you'll be able to practice until you reach the point, 7 lifetimes promised by Kyabje Pabongka, to ascend her heaven. And in her heaven, it's not like a godly kind of monotheistic kind of heaven, monotheistic-based heaven where you go up there and drink wine from shallots and sit on the right hand of God or whatever. You actually go there to practice uninterruptedly to develop bodhicitta, to go back into the world to benefit others, go back into samsara to benefit others. So it's not a heaven of you go there and you stay there for the rest of eternity. No, it's a place where you kind of go, it's like a 5-star hotel in Kuala Lumpur where everything's fabulous. Everything works. You can scream at anybody and they all smile at you because you just give a $20 tip. Okay, so you can stay in a Jalan Alor hotel, where we are right now, or you can go to Shang, Marriott, which is where I want to go. You know, I like 5-star heavens and hotels. So I want to go to Kichara Shangri-La. Oh yeah, that matches, Shangri-La. Yeah, so the kind of thing like that. So wouldn't it be easier to live in a Shang hotel? Yeah, easier. So that's what Buddhist heaven's about. Amitabha's heaven, Amitabha's heaven. We call it the Western paradise. Vajrayogini's heaven. And once you get to one, you can travel around and get on a cloud and say, you know, you really can. You go check out Amitabha and say hello to him, see what he's having for breakfast. You don't like what he's eating, come back. You can visit Yamataka's heaven. You can go to Tushita, visit Tsongkhapa. Hey, Tsong, how are you doing? Medium practitioners hold their commitments well, do the retreats, finishes the great retreat, and holds her Tso commitments and does her mantras every single day. At the time of death, the minute you close your eyes, we enter the bardo, the intermediate state. You will hear dhammarus and bells. That's one of the reasons we make these sounds, to make offerings to them to receive it when we die. It represents her 2 legs, voidness and bodhicitta. And you'll hear bells representing emptiness. And you see a beautiful red lady come and receive you with an entourage, singing. It's not a dream, it's not a fantasy. And in your bardo, you'll be taken to Kichara paradise. The highest practitioner, those who are really, really advanced in practice and do well, the highest practice, there's 3 levels for Vajrayogini's practice. Without leaving your body behind, some of your hair and nails will remain behind. At the time that it's for you to go, you'll see a lady come to you. She can be an old hag. She can be a beautiful young girl. She can be just a normal lady. She will have a bliss swirl on her head, twirling very fast. And on your head that morning when you wake up, you'll have some red powder appear here spontaneously. That means that day you'll be ascending with your body. Those are for the highest practitioners. You go with your very body. That is the specialty of Vajrayogini's practice. And according to Khenso Losang Tachin Rinpoche, he said with his own words, for people like us who are lazy, full of emotions, and we say we don't have much time, that practice is the most profound because it uses our negativities and turns it into positivity. Dharma protectors are enlightened beings. Their enlightened beings are emanations of the 8 great bodhisattvas. Maitreya, Chitikarbha, Avalokiteshvara, Manjushri, Vajrapani, etc., etc. Oh, there's more than 8 bodhisattvas. Bodhisattvas in general, but the 8 main bodhisattvas. And they function, they usually manifest in a fierce form. They can manifest in 2 forms. They can manifest in a worldly form in samsara. They can manifest in an extra-worldly form out of samsara. And what happens is that when we're doing Dharma practice, when we're learning, we can have obstacles to getting financial security, food, a place to stay, spirit attacks, magic, harm from humans, harm from animals, disease. We can have a lot of obstacles crop up, even internal obstacles, such as when we want to do Dharma, we get distracted by boyfriends and girlfriends and timing and attachment to pleasure and happiness and family and all that, because all that will be gone in the end. So when we sacrifice Dharma practice and Dharma learning, an opportunity for Dharma, to do something Dharma, and we make excuses of time and family and pleasure and money and boyfriends and girlfriends, is not bad excuses, but what happens is that if we really love our family and people that we care about, we will do Dharma so we can benefit them even more. Just like Buddha left his family in order to benefit them more. I'm not telling you to leave your families. I'm letting you know our Lord teacher, the example he set forth. We can't do exactly what he does, but it sure can inspire us to do a percentage. So we don't leave our families. In fact, we love them very much, so we do more practice. Love is not hanging around and sitting at them, looking at them, wagging our tails. Love is changing and transforming ourselves, and the things that disturb them and us, we transform so we don't disturb them anymore. And the best way to transform is by Dharma knowledge and Dharma practice. And the best way to do Dharma practice and knowledge is to get knowledge, and that's the 10 Dharma talks, to be with Dharma activities. Why? The more knowledge we get, the more we can do, the more we can put into our lives. If we want to be a doctor, we have to attend university. You didn't leave your family. You have to go to college. You have to go to school. You have to go to university. You didn't leave your family. If you want to practice Dharma intently, you can practice Dharma. But if you go to school to become a doctor or engineer or whatever, you didn't leave your family. You didn't leave Dharma practice. No. In fact, you love your family so much, and you love others so much, and you love yourself so much that you're doing it for everyone. So when the time away you're in university, 2, 3, 4 years, people don't label that as you're away from the family. No, because they see some benefit. Similarly, when you do Dharma practice, if you label that away from the family, it's your misconstrued view. Misconstrued. It is knowledge. It is action. Something has to be given in place of something. So we have to think about it in that way.